So you can see us again.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, if this works out. Welcome to Start Off.
Welcome to Start Off, baby.
Welcome to Start Off.
Welcome to Start Off.
Why is it your radio voice?
Welcome
to Start Off.
So, I've really, I've been working on, like, my voice acting.
Nice.
For just in case, like, someone's like, hey, look, we, like Spider-Man's dead now.
And only Isaiah Hodge can fix this issue. Because I killed him.
I went to roll real bad.
I'm going to kill Spider-Man.
I know his weakness.
I've started my Green Goblin arc.
I know his weakness too.
What's his weakness?
He's broke. He doesn't get paid to be Spider-Man.
We financially cripple Spider-Man
to the point where he dies. No.
We've been secretly defunding Karis for years.
No, I'm
This is
talking
the longest con. Oh my gosh.
Yo,
That's
dude.
the cruelest way to go, is starvation.
Or no, I was just like making him like, I don't know, bankrupt.
Yeah.
I guess that won't be heartbreak, maybe.
Heartbreak, yeah. That's more just like, nah, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
That was
All of my energy was just shot being Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Do it. That's not Green Goblin.
That's Palpatine.
It's Palpatine. Darth Sidious Palpatine.
That's
Tomato,
right.
tomato.
I knew that.
Tomato, tomato.
Because I watch Harry Potter. I knew that.
He watches Harry Potter.
Shot, you guys have like albums. Do you know any of the albums above you?
Redbone.
Yeah, this one's
Tyler Childers.
Sire.
That's what the frick is his
Jaden
name?
Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah, you
That's
can't see those
Posty.
shots, so,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Posty. All the ones that I know are up here though.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's KOD. So J. Cole.
I didn't know about the Childish Gambino one.
Yeah. That's
Donald
right.
Glover.
You got Matt's poster in the corner.
Oh yeah. I
So
don't know if that's in shot, but yeah. Welcome to Start Off. How's your week been?
Honestly, pretty good, man. How's yours been?
Yeah.
Well, it
oh
was
wait, I
last
didn't
pod.
share my year, my week, my year. I didn't share my life. My life has been good. I
Who has?
locked myself out of my car with my car on.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
I thought you said I thought your week's been good.
Other than that,
That's good.
yeah, my weeks have been pretty rough these days. No, it's so I was going to warm up my car one morning, and I turned the keys and shut the door, and I didn't realize that I had locked it somehow. I have no idea to this day how I did that, but I locked it and then I shut my door, and I came back and I was like, oh man, I gotta get to work, and I start pulling on my door, and
Get your water.
thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Actually, my sweet tea's downstairs, so you can just bring me that. That's fine.
I'm gonna get you water too, so you can hydrate.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Otherwise, you're gonna get kidney stones.
I want kidney stones. So yeah, I was like pulling on the handle,
Yeah.
and just nothing was happening. And well, so actually, it started to come open. Yeah. And I was like, and then it stopped, and I was like, and it was that moment where if I had just like pulled it again and opened, it would have opened. But instead, I shut it first and then tried to open it again.
Oh no.
And it locked itself, and I was like, I swear to God.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so upset. And so they were like, okay, we'll be there. I called the towing company. They're like, we'll be there in about 30 minutes. And I had to text my work and be like, I locked myself in my car. I'm going to be late.
Yeah.
And it just sucked. But it took them like 7 seconds to get it open.
Cool.
And it was only like $50 for them to do it. So ultimately it was a minor inconvenience, but like just the worst feeling.
So I actually found out a way that you can do that very easily.
How?
By any chance, do you have plungers at your house?
Yeah.
You have two?
No. Maybe. Actually, maybe.
What you do is you pretty much put a plunger onto the window, but another plunger onto the window. I think you like tape underneath it, and it creates like a suction. And if you pull down, it'll have your window go down.
Will that like destroy the motor of your window?
No.
Oh, okay. No. There's also the way that they did it, which is like you could do this with like a balloon and a hanger. Is you just stick two like very small bags. Thank you. Into.
You can sit on the table.
You set two really small bags into the like the cracks of the door, and then inflate them, to where it causes like a little bit of space in there, and then you just take like a coat hanger or like a pliable tool, and either roll down the window or just unlock it.
Okay,
and that's it.
So they is that what they used?
They used there's like professional little bags.
Gotcha.
Same difference. Like you shove a wedge in the door, you put the 2 bags, and then inflate, and then you just unlock it. And he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be easy," and he did it in like 2 minutes. And I was like, "Well, I'm so glad it took you 30 minutes to get here to do that."
Yeah. So
But yeah.
like, do you think you potentially could just get stuff to do it yourself in the future?
Oh yeah. I'm sure they sell that stuff, but also, I don't know if they do because that's a really easy way to break into a car.
That's also true.
So I'm like, I don't know whether that's accessible to us, but it should be.
Yeah.
So I can break into cars.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm glad that you were able to get it fixed, though, man. But
yeah.
and now you know that, it's a pretty simple fix.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's not something terrible.
Yeah.
And in the future, like we were saying, it's probably something I can do myself. So not a big deal, but minor inconvenience. The rest of the week was uneventful. Didn't really do much. My birthday's coming up.
That's right, February 17th.
Yeah. I've requested for Yezrith, I don't know if she's going to do this. Y'all will probably reached out to about this, but I requested to have a Lord of the Rings themed birthday. What? Why?
Yes.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Oh, no, she hasn't texted. I literally told her this yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's also like a month away.
I'm gonna be like, I have this idea. Like, we should do a Lord of the Rings.
We should do this. No, I told her. She already knows. I told her this yesterday. To have like my boys over and we just like watch all the Lord of the Rings movies and have like Lord of the Rings style food and like mead. I want mead.
That would be
I want
fun.
bread and cheese.
We could do that, like charcuterie.
Yeah. Bro, shut the frick up. It's my birthday.
You don't like charcuterie, Karis?
I like chicken.
Okay,
All right. Not related to what we're talking about, but that's cool.
No, I don't like charcuterie at all.
Why?
I think it sucks.
You don't like that,
It's
like raw meat, dog?
Give me raw meat.
Yeah, it's just raw meat, bro.
Give me
A little
sandwich.
salami.
And a little salami.
Just give me a sandwich at that point. Don't give me a bunch of mini sandwiches.
I'll take a mini sandwich.
feel
What if
that.
I'm not? What if I'm too full for a regular size sandwich?
That's where the
but
mead
I'm
comes
still
in.
hungry enough to eat something.
Yeah.
It fills the gaps for me.
Yeah.
Shut the frick up.
Hey, how would you guys rate the charcuterie we had? And you can be totally honest. The charcuterie at my wedding?
Slapped.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best charcuterie can be.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think
That's a
That's the highest praise I'll ever get.
That's a backhanded compliment, but that's fine.
I actually,
that's the highest praise I'll ever get for charcuterie.
Fair enough.
I actually agree. We thought it was gonna be a little more, and because how much you paid for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was like, I think I would rather have like tacos.
Yeah, it's fair.
Was the best.
Tacos is a good catering, easy. Just like chicken, beef,
Yeah.
and like lettuce and cheese.
Yeah.
You're good.
A little salsa.
A little cha-cha.
I don't know why I keep
queso.
Are you
Yeah.
doing 60 frames on that? Do you know?
I don't freaking know.
iPhone 13. I think it has the capability to.
But does it automate?
I want to say it. I don't. Android automates to 30. It has 60, but
I think it probably is running at 60. It's a pretty good video. Unless you have to change a bunch of settings that I don't know about. I don't know.
no. I think because they take different. They use different amounts of storage, and I think that
I think it's 6 with 30.
it
It's
might
fine.
because it might be like at like 60 frames per second. It's at like it might be like 1080p. But then at 30 FPS, they're able to get to 4K.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's why it oftentimes. But we'll see.
Let's hope you can see us well. If not, frickin'.
Oh, no,
no.
no.
You can still see us.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
What do you?
Just
worried
frames.
about? Frames per second.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No.
You'll be fine.
Dude, I feel like I have like standards. I got standards, man.
I don't care. If you can see me, if it's a little blurry,
No.
It's not.
Sorry.
It's not that.
Blurry.
It's motion.
So because I'm about to film something with this, if that's 30 and this is 60, it would just look different.
It would look a
Oh.
lot
I'm
different.
wondering what that is.
oh, I don't know. But anyways, topics.
Oh yeah.
So we've talked a lot. We alluded to it last podcast that
Yeah.
we were going to talk about genealogy.
Yeah.
Because I have things to say.
Me too.
And I have Yeah, I have like actual information that I didn't have before. But yeah, so you said yours is pretty crazy. So how do we want to structure this? Because we could do it like starting in the olden times and then kind of like bounce back and forth, or we can just do you first and then me first. What would you want to do?
Let's start off with you. I feel like you may have like some more because I only know like one like really crazy thing.
Okay. I got a whole like I know where like my dad's family comes from, like friggin' the 1700s, and my mom.
Dang.
Yeah.
Let's have you start.
Okay. So to start, I am Scot-Irish, almost purely Scot-Irish. All of my ancestors on my dad's side were Scottish up until they immigrated over to America, and all of my ancestors on my mom's side are Irish. So they all same up until immigration to America. So on my dad's side, I am from Scottish royalty. I say royalty in quotes because they're chieftains, which is basically like the extent of being a Scottish king.
Yeah.
But it's not, you're not like, it would be considered a king today, but they would be considered chiefs back then. Because this was back in like probably longer than 1700s. But there were Lion Kings like Richard the First is my direct descendant from Scotland, the King of Scotland. Another, like there's a couple firsts, and like it's like all the Richards and the Robs and the things from Scotland are my direct descendants.
Yeah.
And then going from there, we all of my ancestors are from a specific Scottish isle. I have the name of it on my phone, but I'm using my phone to record. It's from a specific Scottish isle that's like right off the coast of a shoreline of a sea. Wow. Which it really speaks to me because that's like some of my favorite places in the world are like coastal places. I love the ocean, and that makes a lot of sense based on my genealogy, if you believe in anything like that.
Yeah.
But same thing on my mom's side too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Is that all of her descendants are from a Irish isle and from like a coastal town, which is kind of crazy. So Karis, are you showing memes in the middle of this podcast? Get out.
That's actually, dude, that's not Borat.
I hate this. Can you see it?
You can.
Okay. You're the wild card of this podcast.
So not we'll talk about that, about accents and stuff later.
Okay. But yeah, so that's where, so we'll start with my dad's side.
Yeah.
That's where he starts, is like Scottish Kings, as far back as we've gotten. And then he immigrated over into America towards like, I think so the Scottish Kings had to be way older than the 1700s because we immigrated over in like the 90s or something like that. So they immigrated over to here, and then that's kind of where things get murky, is because apparently there's like a Jewish guy somewhere in there, so I may be partially Jewish. I don't know, but it kind of gets a little murky, and then we kind of get to today. I have more information on my mom's side because my mom's side, his name was Matthew. It's on my phone. No, but it is my name. It's Matthew. Why are you taking your pants off?
Whoa!
Why are you?
Whoa!
I'm trying to discuss genealogy. Why are you a problem? Shut up. Sit down.
He was like, you guys are discussing jeans, and I'm going to take mine off.
And I'm going to show you mine. That is good. That's freaking stupid. But yeah, so his name was like
Matthew.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
So
are you talking about the guy named Matthew?
Yes, thank you. Matthew, I think it's like Brigadier or like Bridger. It's on my phone. I can't tell you. It's very close. He became, when he immigrated, he came over on the I think it's like the Mayweather is what my sister
Mayflower?
said. Not the Mayflower.
Okay.
No, that would be nuts. No, he came on, I think it's the Mayweather was one of the ones that was like one of the first boats to be started in the colony. Karis, for God's sake, shut the frick up!
All you hear is ding, ding, ding.
Shut the frick up! Oh my gosh! I love you. They think
You're like,
so. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. So he came over and he was on like one of the first. What are you doing? What is happening? Just let me talk.
Yes.
Yes, Garrus, we're fine.
I forgot we had a video, and I was just like, "Oh, Frank."
You looking at your phone? What am I
Whoa,
boring you?
no. You're not boring me.
You ready to see some
not
violence?
excited.
No.
Pants on.
You ready to see some violence?
Matt, give me your pants.
Yes, nice.
No. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm gonna pay you first.
Oh, a man of class.
Yeah.
We stand.
I'm sorry for disrupting. What were you saying?
Okay. It started off, baby. No, he became Matthew Brown when he immigrated over.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. So we also have direct descendants that were part of, this is what I was talking about before, the Irish famine.
Yeah.
I learned some very interesting things about the Irish famine.
What'd you learn?
It's not this is nuts. I learned about this yesterday. It wasn't a famine. It was a genocide planned by the English government to wipe out the Irish. In total. Like, it was just supposed to get rid of them. This is nuts. So what happened was they started taxing them relentlessly to where they couldn't pay for anything. They couldn't, like, anything that they tried to do, any commerce that they did was regulated by the English. And take this with a grain of salt because I'm going off of what my sister told me yesterday. So I haven't like researched into this.
Was
but
Bethany or Carrie?
Bethany. I haven't researched into this, so take this with a grain of salt. But the broad strokes of it are that England was taxing Ireland relentlessly, trying to get them to, because England just wants everywhere to be England.
Yeah.
We've known that from history. And so, Karis, are you freaking serious?
What?
I can hear your video. Karis!
I want to show y'all.
No! Straight up no! Show us later!
Last one.
No!
Last one.
No! We're in the middle of a
Yeah,
podcast!
after you're done with this rant.
Great!
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
He was like, "Come on."
Oh my god. We're in the middle of a podcast! We are videoing this!
Yeah, we're not editing it
Trying to make me
out.
lose my mind. Yeah, this
We're
is gonna
not-
get edited out.
Oh, we don't edit.
We don't
No,
edit here.
it's
we don't
all-
believe- we don't believe in that.
It's raw.
It's raw footage, baby. No, so the
Potato flood.
potato flood.
Potato
Did you
famine.
say potato flip?
Yeah, the Irish famine. So what happened is that after that taxation, there was like a plague that came over the potatoes. So, or like made it to where they weren't able to be harvested or eaten, and they all just kind of like, everything was gone. So everyone started dying from starvation because they were being taxed so relentlessly that the only thing that they could grow were potatoes, and the potatoes wouldn't grow. So it just killed like thousands and hundreds of thousands of hundreds. And so England was like, oh frick, this looks really bad for us because we're clearly the only source of commerce that Ireland has right now.
Yeah.
It's like, this looks bad for us. We need to fix this. So how they fixed it is they were like, we will give you food and work if you send a portion of your population to England to have an English education and you stop teaching Gaelic in your schools, which is Gaelic is the Irish tongue, is like is like what the language of Ireland is.
Dang.
So they were like, if you stop being Irish,
That's so.
then we'll feed you. And so I saw a video, or my sister was telling me about a video that she saw of these people were going up to these people in Ireland, in like the capital city of Ireland or whatever, or like one of the major cities, and were like, can you tell me if, and these were people who were raised on Gaelic and were taught Gaelic in schools because it's the language of Ireland. And they went up to them and they would be like, can you tell me if this is gibberish or if this is Gaelic? And they would play the video for them, and they were like, that's gibberish. And they were like, nope, that's Gaelic. What you speak now is a bastardization of Gaelic. You don't, like, authentic Gaelic is dead, is long gone.
So those are the people the Irish people who are speaking Gaelic.
Yeah, this is today. Like, they did this like recently.
Oh.
Yeah, this is today. Because the actual real Gaelic died because of stuff like that. Because England was like, frick you guys, become English. Yeah, it's nuts.
Man.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind that people are like we want you guys gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't.
They people just kind of sometimes decide that an entire genealogy of people shouldn't exist.
That just blows my mind that
It's-
people even think that.
It's nuts. And the thing is, like, you don't learn this in schools.
Yeah.
They don't teach you. And like, I saw there was a video that my sister sent me. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
But it's called like, please stop calling it an Irish famine. It's not that.
Yeah.
England tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just that like, oh, our potatoes rotted. It was like, no, we had a huge world force trying to wipe us out in total.
It was an Irish famine caused by the English.
Exactly. Cause
Is in your genealogy? It's Irish.
that's literally it. I'm
Scottish.
pretty much straight up Irish and Scottish.
The heaviest for me is Irish, but it's
nice.
black Irish. Yeah, and I think you would be too. Well,
Maybe.
no, your skin, nah, probably just Irish.
I'm just Irish.
What's Black Irish? Is that like
It's
a
like
region?
More olive skin.
Yeah.
It's
Because
almost, it looks almost Italian.
yeah,
Interesting.
traditional Irish is like dark hair, light eyes. From like way back in the Isles, but like
I thought it was
black
like
Irish is
so.
tan.
I feel like so where did like redhead Irish people come from?
That's more Scotland.
Incest.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that straight up is.
Oh
Yeah,
friend.
that straight up is.
You know, someone with red hair, it's like there's incest.
Really?
I know you. I know you have a link somewhere.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
Like your sister.
How do you feel about your family members
Did you guys
Sexually.
sexually?
so like I'm sure you all probably know, but like you guys know like what happens from like incest, right?
Like horrible birth defects and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
There was this family in
Bro said love. We'll address that later.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
That ain't love.
Amy?
That ain't love. That's obsession.
Yeah, facts.
I actually
Anyways.
have not really seen it.
Obsession?
No.
What is love if not obsession?
Whoa.
Woo!
Healthy. Healthy.
Oh yeah.
If it's not obsession, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Anyways, continue with your incest.
There was will do.
Don't mind if I know.
There was this family in West Virginia that apparently they were just like so inbred that they had like every single person in their family was fricked up.
Yeah.
Like,
About that.
dude, like people like not being able to talk.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
It's
bad.
almost like God is like, please stop.
Yeah.
This is a direct correlation of your freaking issues.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, but I know that there was like incest. There was somebody told me about this, and this is probably a horrendous lie, but it was like there was such an incestual like place where the people turned blue. Like they were so inbred that they're
That was like they consumed too much of this mineral or something.
oh, okay. Was that what it turned out to be?
Blue from having sex.
Well, no, which is why I said I was like, this is probably
False.
a huge. Okay, I was like, this is probably why this is a huge falsehood. I doubt that this is real, but
Right.
if it is, that's nuts.
That just reminds
we can
me
make
of-
Smurfs by just having sex with our sisters.
Oh my gosh.
Title for the
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey,
awesome.
you guys ever seen Big Fat Liar?
Oh yeah. He
Dude.
had sex with the
Roseanne Bread is fake. Confirmed.
And I think
Can I show you on
guys,
video?
No, show us after the podcast.
Let's me.
Oh my
I
god.
think he was a ginger too. I see this. Oh no! Oh no!
That's funny.
It's What's kind of crazy?
Christmas song.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Rowan
It's
Atkinson
not-
so much.
He was in what was he in?
Mr.
Wonka.
Bean. He's
Oh,
in
he
Wonka?
was.
Yeah.
Have you
wow.
seen
I
Wonka?
was like, yeah.
Have you seen Wonka?
Yeah.
How was it?
We need to do a movie review.
Oh yeah.
we don't.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't.
Okay, next spot's a movie review.
Do you want to see that?
Have y'all
I
seen
don't
any
wanna
good
see
movies lately?
Huh?
Have you guys seen any good movies?
There aren't any.
Boy in the Heron was
yeah.
decent.
Boy and the Heron was really good.
Iron
Iron
Claw.
Claw is amazing.
I've heard Iron Claw was good. I haven't seen it yet.
What is that?
It's a story about it's like four brothers, and their dad was like So the mic's in here.
Oh, okay.
Their dad was like.
Their dad was
for like WWE, and it was really intense. He was like, "You got to do this," because he failed in life. So
Yeah.
he was putting it on his sons. But it's a true story. It's crazy.
All right.
I heard it's really good.
I'll definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I do want to definitely see it. But anyways, genealogy.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So, okay, going from the Irish famine, and then going back, and then after they immigrated, they turned into from like Bridger or something like that to Brown, which is what my mom's last name was.
Yeah.
And then they stayed Brown for like the entirety of the time, which is nuts. From like 1750s to now.
Dang.
They're still Browns. Like my mom's maiden name was Brown.
Yeah.
So like how that happened, which is super interesting, is that once you immigrate, obviously immigrating for Irish especially was more like immigration for African Americans than we think, because they came over, they weren't allowed to own property, they weren't allowed to vote, they weren't allowed to have jobs, they weren't allowed to have basic human rights for most of the beginning of the larger immigration to America.
Dang.
So what happened was they were very racial and bordered because they kind of had to be, because they had to look out for each other. So you had these little pockets of like Irish. If you've seen like Gangs in New York, that movie's hits on that a lot, because it's like these little pockets of Ireland. And so because of that, they all just kind of mingled. Not. I'm not inbred, but they like mingled within the community. So like such and such would marry such and such. Little Billy Joe's son married girl across the street. Like it stayed within a community. Yeah. So it just kind of stayed like that for a really long time. And then now with my mom and my dad. So I was almost purely Scottish, except maybe one like Jewish relative that I had a long time ago.
Irish or Scottish?
My dad was Scottish. So on my dad's side, I was almost purely Scottish.
Wow.
Up until he married my mom.
Yeah.
And then on my mom's side, I was almost purely Irish up until my mom married my dad. So I became Scot-Irish.
So did you say that you didn't really know did you know like your grandparents on your mom or dad's side?
Yes, okay. Which is weird because on my dad's side, my grandparents look more like Asian, which is weird, but they're not. They just look like Hawaiian, which is very strange. Maybe we have like someone who lived in Hawaii, but they look more Hawaiian.
But that wouldn't. You would have to be like. It's not just living in Hawaii.
Yeah, you would have to be like part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like raised there, which is super weird. Like maybe there would have been like one of the Hobbs married a Hawaiian native that then kind of caused that. Because I mean, that's kind of what it'll happen when I marry Yezereth, is like the kids that we have are going to look not like us. Yeah. And so that very well could have happened somewhere down the line. But yeah, it was super weird because I was like, there's nothing but Scottish and Irish in our genealogy. And she was like, no.
And then you're like, then how come he looks?
Why does he look like this? But like, it also makes sense why I look the way that I do, because especially if I'm pure Irish.
Yeah.
Ireland is, again, bright eyes. I have like green hazel eyes and really dark hair. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and I'm pale. So it makes a lot of sense.
All right.
So yeah, that's my genealogy. If you're interested. Oh, and also I am maybe a indirect descendant of Robert the Bruce.
Yes.
I don't know if you know who that is. If you've seen Braveheart, you know who that is. But because he's what, well, not what Braveheart was based on, but he's in Braveheart. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Good job, Karis. Really break it down for us.
Wait, what are you're a nepotism baby.
No. This podcast is sponsored by Mel Gibson. Karis, stop talking. No, it's. Give me a macaroni. Dad, no. So no, shut up. So Robert the Bruce was he was the Scottish king that rebelled and had the huge rebellion against England. So he was not necessarily what they made a movie about it with
Mel Gibson?
No. Oh. That's Braveheart. They made one called, I think it's called Robert the Bruce. It's with Chris Pine.
Wow.
It was like a Netflix movie. So yeah, he is my indirect descendant. He's like one of my cousins from way back.
I would actually like to watch that movie, to just like see a lot more like the history about like where you kind of like come from and stuff.
I will say they did him real dirty in Braveheart, because in Braveheart he like sells out the Scottish, which that definitely didn't happen.
Yeah.
But like if you've only seen Braveheart, you're like, that guy kind of sucks. And in actuality, he like was fighting relentlessly against the British consistently all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like, no, I'll just give up. He was, no. You can set it back up.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Is it?
Oh, it's still rolling.
Hey, there we
Nice.
go. There you go.
Peek behind the camera.
It's actually-
The camera fell.
yeah, I think they can.
Yeah. I think I can tell. Just in case you didn't know what happened.
Maybe one edit.
Maybe one. Maybe just one. And now.
All right.
So,
I'm not editing it.
Karis, please. I can. Yeah, I can.
All you gotta do is just like crop that part, you know.
I can just remove it.
Too much work.
Oh yeah,
I can crop apart.
yeah.
But I think if people want to see the honesty.
No, you don't want to see my phone fall. I think that's 20 seconds of your life wasted. And scene. So yeah, Robert the Bruce, he was pitched in Braveheart to be like spineless and suck, and in actuality he like was one of the biggest parts of the rebellion against England for Scotland. So they did him real dirty in that. And when I figured out he was because I didn't know this when I first figured out that he was like one of my descendants.
Yeah.
I was like, that dude sucks.
Yeah,
I was like, no. And then I looked into who he actually was, because like Braveheart, we don't know whether he actually existed or not. The guy who is Braveheart, it's kind of like he's like a folk hero type thing. But Robert the Bruce definitely existed, and he definitely didn't do what he did in that movie. So there you go.
So it wasn't historically accurate.
No, it was not.
So like there isn't like it's not you have like 2% like.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not extraordinarily purely Irish and Scottish, but I'm extraordinarily close to being that. So yeah, from what we've seen with both sides of my family, I'm predominantly and almost wholly Scottish and Irish.
That's actually really awesome, man. Because like I feel like a lot of people are, especially like nowadays, they're kind of like a mixture of things. Like no one's really like purely something.
Yeah.
I do know some friends who are like Chinese, and like they like are like, yeah, like we kind of like if you would marry someone who's Chinese. But I mean nowadays it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Like everyone's mixing
Yeah.
mixing it up.
I know that was one of the things, like, this is kind of taking a right turn, but going into, I think it was like the riots about white supremacy in Charlotte, I think it was. It's in Virginia. I can't remember what city, but that was one of the things that they were like chanting for, is they were like, you will not replace us. And they were talking about genealogy of like replacing the pure white with like intermingling. And I was like, bro, we already have. Look at your genealogy. You ain't white. You got to, like, your dad fricked a Native American. Just shut up.
Like it's
Like,
crazy.
Your grandpa like screwed a Native American when he colonized. Like, shut up. You're not pure.
I don't have any. You don't have any Native American. I don't think either. Cause
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I'm saying, like, if you're pure American, if you're from England, no, you're not.
Yeah, if you're from England, you got some Native American.
You got some Native American in you, for sure. And that's kind of what they're saying, is they're like, we're pure white. We came from, like, England and Europe. And I'm like, shut up.
Like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, your dad probably sucked and screwed either a slave or a Native American. And
then,
that's that.
And then it's like we have, or like, you know, like people will say like, yeah, you know, let's get like the people who are not from here, you know, the people who aren't legal, like, dog, you ain't legal either, bro.
brother.
No one's from here.
No one, yes.
except the Native Americans.
From here, Native Americans.
And they're in, like, a tiny little thing in Iowa, and that's it.
Everyone else,
You don't belong here,
be-
idiot.
Yeah, we don't belong.
No one
belong.
Go back to England. That's where you should be mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, your genealogy, because you
Yeah, sorry.
taken up 30 minutes.
Oh dang! But I mean, that was from other stuff as well. Like we talked about like killing Spider-Man. And stuff.
Yeah, there was other stuff.
But,
The last thing I will say, I'm sorry, I will say this really fast.
You're fine.
There ain't no way he's saying it.
I was saying it fast, I promise. In Indiana, which is where my Matthew Brown originally immigrated from into America, was Indiana. In Indiana, there is a cemetery that is the entirety of my family line.
Yeah, I think it's where your mom's from.
So, but no, there's like a cemetery in Indiana that's just my family.
That's actually kind of
It's cool.
kind of cool, a little depressing.
It is a little sad, but it's just like you can be like, this is where we started. He married her. He married her. You just go down the line.
Has your mom ever been?
I think my aunts have. I don't know that my mom has.
You should go.
I know. I want to because I'm like I can just be like grandpa, great grandpa, grandpa, great 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 great, and just go back and like that they're all there.
That's really awesome.
It's nuts.
Actually.
Yeah, but genealogy, go. You said you had something crazy. I'm so excited about this.
So, my dad did like Ancestry.com, I believe.
And then he burned it.
So, we found out.
Are you an incest baby?
No.
Okay. I thought this was
Kind of crazier.
Okay.
So.
That's the title. What's crazier than incest?
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch this?
So, all right.
Just
I guess
spit it out.
I guess you probably would. All right. So people from Africa. So I'm African American.
Mm-hmm.
People from Africa are like darker than I am.
Sure.
Because they are natives of Africa, and they're probably purely, they kind of just like, married and had children with people from Africa.
Right.
But like, I'm a little lighter.
Right.
And so, I had found out that like I think it's like 6 or 7 greats. Like my great grandfather was a slave owner.
Yeesh. And I'm gonna guess that something happened with his slave that
Yes.
made you exist.
Yes. Yes.
Yeesh.
And so
that's not uncommon.
They fell in love.
Let's give
we
it
don't
the benefit
actually
of the doubt.
know.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt.
We'll give it the benefit of the
I
doubt.
don't think they fell in love.
But they may not have fell in love. And so, I found out like 6 months ago that I'm mixed, like a very small percentage.
Right.
And I kind of thought I was always like just African. Which was, but then we found out some even more stuff that like, we have like, Indian, like Native American.
Literally what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. Like, I'm like, I think like it's actually a pretty substantial amount. I think it's like 30% like Cherokee.
Wow, that is substantial.
You're from England.
No.
Yeah.
Cherokee.
No, but they traveled over and they probably.
Oh, probably.
So yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And so,
unless a slave married a Native American, which is also possible.
yeah,
Sometimes
Less likely.
Mix,
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Less likely.
There's a large gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not.
yeah. So, it's pretty crazy.
Do you know like what tribe of Native American?
Cherokee.
Nice. Ooh, a good one.
yeah.
He's got Cherokee.
Well, yeah, I'm Algonquian. Well, what about you, man? Like, oh, I'm able to
I
trade.
got a little bit of Apache.
You want to trade?
Right.
I'll trade you for an Apache.
All right, dude. You spit. You spit when you said Apache.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's all right.
That pop filter is necessary.
Apache.
Apache.
Look at that audio capture. Wow.
Spitting Apache alpacas.
Huh?
I said spitting Apache alpacas.
Spitting out Apache alpacas.
Anyways, yeah. So I think I'm only like 50% like African, and then like 30% Cherokee, and then like I feel like 5% European and something else.
So do you know if so that's just your dad's side? Do you know your mom's side?
We do not know my mom's side, but just freaking say it. So my mom was adopted,
Oh, okay.
and her story is just like really wild. So when my mom was found, I guess her mom just she obviously did not want her.
Right.
And they actually found my mom in a freezer.
Oh my gosh. Like as a
Apparently-
baby?
As a baby.
Holy
like
crap.
like newborn. They found her in a freezer. And I forgot who had found her, but like they eventually sent her to like an orphanage, and she got adopted and stuff. But it's just wild that people and she actually hasn't been able to she did like I don't think it's Ancestry.com, but I think just kind of like they somehow like backtracked and were actually able to find her. her mom, but she had like, passed away.
Oh my gosh.
So she had a pretty crazy life.
That's nuts.
Or I mean, like I think she got adopted at like 4. So
that's best case scenario.
Yeah,
that's good.
And it wasn't like she like went from like family to family. She was with the same family forever.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. Like she was with them from since 4 years old.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's like when did they tell her she was adopted? Did that conversation happen, or how did that happen?
I feel like it was pretty immediate. Like,
okay. She was old enough to know.
Yeah, because at 4 or 5, I guess they're kind of just like, come with us, Yeah.
You're ours now. That's crazy. Do you think about that? Like
about adopting?
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Or have you now pivot because I'm interested about this.
Yeah.
Are you like? Would you consider adopting, or would you do that?
Absolutely, yeah. Me and Emily have even thought about adopting. Yeah.
Same.
Like, I don't know. I believe there's a Bible verse that says how we should like take care of like the widows and the orphans.
Yeah.
And I think that like one of those ways could be by adopting.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love the idea of like, but so. My thing about adoption and just having children in general is that I want to make sure that I can give them the best possible life.
Absolutely.
And be like the most present father to them. And so like that's kind of like the only thing that's like stopping me is to make sure that I do have that, so that when I do bring him onto the team, then they can be valuable assets to our
to our production.
No, like so that they can be like happy and like have good lives.
Right.
Both like children that like we would conceive and that we would adopt.
So what's stopping you from doing that? Is it more like a character thing, or is it more financial?
Oh no, like actually like we probably like after like both Emily and I started like our like main jobs and stuff, we actually probably could now actually.
Okay. So are you just like waiting for the right time, or?
Yeah, I kind of just want to like, do what I want for a little bit before I have kids.
I totally get that. That's me 100%. Yeah, me and Yezrith have talked a lot about, first talking about your adoption thing.
They say you're not your true weight until you have a kid.
Oh, God.
That's probably, yeah.
Oh, no. That's not that bodes quite ill for me. But no, me and Yezrith have talked a lot about adoption because this is a little personal, but
yeah.
She has some issues with like reproduction potentially. Do
we want to?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's with that?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it to other people. It's not a huge deal. It's not like, again, it's not super private. We would talk about it to anybody. It's just struggles. People can learn from it. So yeah, we have like, there may be issues with that. We don't know for sure because we haven't obviously tested and tried to have a kid.
Yeah.
But it's a potential. So we've been like, if there is a potential for that, would we want to adopt? And we were like, we're probably going to adopt. We're probably not going to have our own kids. Just because that way, again, like you were saying, like that's a kid who wouldn't normally have one. And ultimately, I think that God would allow me and Yezrith to have what we need to be able to take care of that. And that's an enormous decision.
Yeah.
That would have to have a lot of prayer and a lot of support from the people around us and from obviously God and each other foremost. But yeah, that's definitely been an option that we talked about a lot. So I totally get that. And I love the Bible verse that you said about the taking care of the orphans and the widows. That's like huge.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then adoption, like, that's what I was going to say is like, isn't it so freaking weird? You can just walk into a place and buy a child. That's that easy. I think it's like the pound.
There's so many things.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's like a vetting process and things like that. But if you try hard enough, you can get a kid. You can just get one, which is nuts. That you can just like. It's obviously it's not like. Obviously, I'm not saying it's not. It's like Walmart where you walk in and just pick one. But like,
I think it
kind of is.
All right,
you would have more experience than us.
So my mom was adopted.
Right.
My brother was adopted.
Oh, I didn't know that. Which one are you?
Tyrone.
Is you really?
Yes.
You never would have known.
He's adopted, and we were almost in the process of adopting another kid. It kind of just didn't really work out. But I know that like like you kind of like they may like live with you for a little bit, and then you kind of like feel them out to see, hey, is this guy psycho or
or can we vibe with this kid?
Yeah. But I'm pretty confident that like at any moment we could be like, yeah, this is good, and we can do that. So
which is nuts.
But yeah, I believe you can, and I think it's I don't think we have to. I don't think you have to pay anything. Actually, I think you get paid. I think you actually can, like you might be.
Yeah, I know it's not like let me buy, but I thought the vetting process was a lot.
What do you mean by that?
Like, are these okay parents?
Yeah, that, and then it's just like an okay kid as well. So like,
I thought that process took forever.
Sure, but like,
I mean, it can take.
If you try hard enough, you can just have a kid. It's just nuts to me.
Yeah,
like it's the same thing of like, well, to a much lesser degree, shorter lesser, like that I can just walk into a place and buy a dog. I can just buy an animal. And it's mine now, and it is entirely dependent on me. It's like you can just walk in and be like, "Here's 100."
2 dogs have an infinite supply.
Exactly, and then I can
that's crazy.
Freaking make them keep going. Like it's.
We learned that from Minecraft.
That's facts. No, but like it's just insane to me that you can go buy a life form. I can just be like, I can slap $100 on a counter and get a thing that lives and breathes. That now we have to like keep and take care of. Yeah, it's nuts.
It's a pretty crazy concept, and then like it's also
stop it. I understand. I did this.
All right.
Are we done?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I know they also like look at like your finances and stuff. Like they're not gonna just like send someone to anyone.
I got $2 and give me that kid.
But I believe what's crazy and we could be wrapping this up soon. But
yeah,
I think you can actually one of the interesting things that you can do when you turn 21 is I believe you can adopt.
Really?
I think it's 21. Yeah,
I can adopt it. No one should be able to take care of a child. Well, I won't say that.
I mean,
adopt before you can drive a truck.
Before you can rent a car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it. I think I was like, what can I do when I'm 15?
Car 21.
I'm at 21.
You gotta be 24.
You can buy a human before you can rent a car.
Which is nuts.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I mean, not buy. Why do we keep saying buy?
Our systems are weird. Government's weird. You're weird. Fix yourself. What's wrong?
Isaiah, what time did you have to get out of here?
About like 12. So
we should wrap it up so we can get one more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that way we have a nice blanket.
Good. Okay.
We still meet up.
We still need to meet up next weekend.
Thank you.
We will talk about this after the.
We
will talk about this after the podcast. We're on film, guys. The people are watching. My audio capture is crazy.
Actually, it's 25.
It's 25?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little better. But that means literally in a month I can adopt a kid.
Yeah.
You should adopt a kid.
Yeah.
Should you?
Yeah.
Should you?
Yeah. Adopt a kid.
Just think about, but also,
Beanbag.
what I think is also like crazy is like you can like adopt a kid and like let's say you're 25, you can adopt a kid that's like 18 or like 17.
Just be like, come with me.
And then you're just like, what's going on, big guy? Like
It's just a roommate.
Yeah.
It's just a roommate. Pretty much a roommate.
I know, but
You're
there's no money.
well, not yet. Not yet.
Not until I get a hold of him. That's my prize pony.
Come with me, somebody, boy. That's wild.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
This is my meal ticket right here. Oh my god.
But also, I kind of wonder like how many kids I can adopt. Like if I could potentially
have like
an army.
I mean, you definitely probably could. I wonder if there's a cap. What's the cap for how many kids you can adopt? Look that up.
It probably.
Jamie, pull that up.
What I think it is based off of your income.
Oh yeah. So what if I'm like a billionaire? Can I have a billion kids?
Is
it like $1 million a kid, or like $100 a kid? Every $100 I get another kid. It's $1 billion kids. Everyone is mine.
Look at what's her face, the woman who married Brad Pitt.
I don't know who that is. A lot of people have married Brad Pitt. Oh.
It looks like
Van Helsing or whatever. Angelina Jolie.
She does. They say 6, but apparently you can have a license to get more. That sounds like that's so wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to apply for more children.
That's
awesome.
And then I'm not entirely sure how much after that. Like,
Sir, is this a registered army? It will be soon.
yeah.
Scion!
Make my own country.
Oh, speaking of the communism. We're not communists.
Ooh.
You want to pray?
We're not communists. You want to pray? All right, Matt, you pray this time.
Okay. Get us the fuck out of here.
Oh my
Oh, sweet mama.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and end us out. Get us out of here. Oh my
All
god.
right, I'm going to pray. Okay.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Father, I thank you so much for the stage you've given us just to be able to be with one another and be able to enjoy just some fun conversation and enjoy some time with these guys, Lord Jesus. That is such a blessing, and with our viewers, and that's such a blessing, and thank you so much for that. And pray that you bless every single person that's watching or listening to this right now, Lord, that you would just be with them as they continue throughout their week and throughout their life, that, Lord, if they don't know you, that you would give them a heart and a yearning to be able to know you, Lord Jesus, and know you better, as you are the secret to everything that we need, Lord Jesus, and that you would just guide them towards whatever they are needing in you, Lord Jesus, and that you would just allow them to find you and just know you, Lord Jesus. We thank you so much for everything and pray all of this in your name, Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
See you next week.